This video is going to look at observations in psychology. Now on your specification, it states that you've got to know about observational studies including categories of behaviour and inter-observer reliability. So we're firstly going to go through the different types of observations. So you can have a participant observation. This is where the observer takes part in the activity that's also being observed. A lot of the time they want to get a bit of a more detailed understanding about what's going on for that group or person. We've got non-participant observations. This is where the observer does not take part. So they might be observing from a distance or through a CCTV or video. We've got covert observations, which is done in secret. People don't know they're being observed. And we've got overt observations where the participant knows they're being observed. We've also got naturalistic observations. So these are observations that take place in a natural setting. And we also have controlled observations. So these are where the researcher controls certain things. They might manipulate a variable or part of the observation. Now earlier when we looked at the specification, it states you've got to know about categories of behaviour. Now when we're conducting structured observations, psychologists have to decide which specific behaviours we want to examine or observe. And they need to be really specific about the behaviours being observed by using behavioural categories. So this involves breaking down a target behaviour. So let's say we wanted to observe aggression. We want to break that down into things we can actually observe. So we might have hitting and kicking. And those behaviours of hitting and kicking would be what we call categories of behaviour or behavioural categories. We've also got to know about inter-observer reliability. So there's always issues only having one single observer. They might be biased and only record what supports their hypothesis. And it's great if we've got more observers. So if we use 2 observers, we'll probably prevent that bias, but we've got to make sure we measure inter-observer reliability. And this is the extent of agreement between 2 or more observers. So how would we do that? Well, we'd get both observers to observe the exact same behaviour using the exact same categories of behaviour. And they'd have to do this independently of each other. So they're not copying each other's answers. Then we'll compare their scores using a correlation. And if their scores are similar, the observers are reliable. And if their scores aren't similar, then something's got to change. We either retrain the observers how to use those behavioural categories, or we change the categories of behaviour because maybe they're not clear enough.